Hi, I'm Andy, a collection specialist at Credit Sage, and my goal is to help people learn how they can remove optimum outcomes from their credit report, and in many cases without paying the debt at all. So if that's you or even someone you know, then I encourage you to watch this video all the way through, because by the end of it, you're going to know exactly what the next best step is to take. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't take action. For example, if you know or believe that Optimum Outcomes or any of the other accounts on your credit report are the result of identity theft, or have a wrong balance after you've already paid, or any major issues that are really affecting your life, you may be owed a settlement. And in those cases, we work with a network of local attorneys that will work on your behalf at zero cost, win or lose, in addition to getting the accounts deleted permanently. Or if no issues like that exist, you just want the account removed from your credit report, we can certainly help with that too. So either way, give us a call today. Our number will be in the description area below. And with that, what I want to do is I want to go through the most important questions that we get about this company. And the first one here I think is really important, and that is, can you be arrested or get jail time for a debt with optimum outcomes? Now, this one is at the top of my list because we get callers all the time that are terrified that this could happen. And it makes sense. Few people are actually taught how credit and debt work in school. I didn't know the answer to this question until I got into the business. And fortunately, unless the debt is related to specifically unpaid taxes or unpaid child support, you cannot be arrested or get jail time. So there's no need to worry about that whatsoever. The amount of the debt doesn't matter either. You could refuse to pay $1,000 or $1 million, and you will not be arrested or get jail time. So who is Optimum Outcomes, and why are they on your credit report? Well, they are referred to as a debt collector or credit collection agency. And what they do is they buy debts, unpaid accounts like credit cards, for example, often for very cheap. And then they try to collect the full amount. Okay. So an example would be like this. Let's say that you have an unpaid card for whatever reason with Capital One, and it's $1,000. Optimum Outcomes could, in theory, come along and buy that debt for just $100. But they don't come to you and try to collect that amount. They try to collect the full $1,000 from you, which then gives them a 10x return on their investment. So yeah, these companies can make a lot of money doing this. And damaging your credit score by reporting the debt to your credit report is, I'd say, the primary strategy they have to get you to pay. However, what many people don't know is that paying a debt on your credit report does not remove the account attached to it. That account will sit there for 7 years, damaging your score, paid or not. So a lot of time, paying isn't in your best interest, and really could just be a waste of money. In rare cases, paying debts can even hurt your score. I've seen that happen. But in addition to credit reporting, they may send scary letters. They may call a lot, even calling family members or colleagues. But if a collector has ever threatened you or harassed you during non-business hours, you may be owed a lawsuit. So again, that's another case. You want to give us a call so we can connect you with the local specialist that will take action quickly. Okay. Let's see here. Should you negotiate a settlement with Optimum Outcomes? Good question. And I look at it this way. Settling your debt with Optimum Outcomes depends on your goal. Typically, if you're wanting to improve your credit score, paying isn't the best option. Why? Because, as I mentioned, even if you pay the collection, it will remain on your credit report for 7 years, damaging your score that whole time. Instead, we always recommend that you work with an expert like us to review these accounts for you. And if certain issues exist, the accounts may be removed. And this is a win-win. You won't have to waste money paying a debt that won't help your score. And that negative account gets removed from your report altogether. So it's perfect. Which is the next question here. How do you remove optimum outcomes from your credit report? So here's how it works. The Fair Credit Reporting Act gives every person the power to challenge information on their report. Okay. Now, the knowledge required to do this is a bit more involved than it might seem. And that's not to say that you shouldn't learn how to do it, but be prepared to spend weeks or months learning how to do it properly. However, if you hire a professional to handle it for you, ensure that it's done properly the first time, and save the extra time, we're happy to take care of it. We've dealt with optimum outcome accounts many times, and they regularly have issues. But we've helped numerous clients deal with them, and we'd be happy to take care of it for you as well if you prefer. How can you get optimum outcomes to stop calling you? Yeah, I mean, I said it before, but they will be calling you if they haven't already. It's their attempt to collect the debt they've purchased, right? That's just part of their business model. Which means the only reason that they'll stop calling you is if you, one, settle your debt with them, or you work with a company like ours to potentially have them removed from your report altogether. Will Optimum Outcomes try suing or garnishing my wages? Optimum Outcomes suing is unlikely. I'll start by saying that. I will say it can happen and it does happen, but it's rare. In our experience, it happens rarely. And the reason is because there's just a lot of laws around it. There's laws around how long they can sue for. There's laws around what they can do if they win, those sorts of things. There's just a long process. However, if we're able to find certain issues with the account, they won't be able to collect at all, which is another benefit of using an expert. So let's see. Next question here is, what are my rights when dealing with Optimum Outcomes? So you have the right to dispute any of your debt that Optimum Outcomes has purchased. Optimum Outcomes is governed by the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, big name, FDCPA for short. And as I mentioned before, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, or FCRA. Now, these acts can seem complicated, I get it, but really they provide a great deal of power to the consumer if you know how to use it properly. Now, if you don't have time to research these acts or don't want to, that's not a problem. That's what we're here for. You can give us a call today. We can discuss your options. Again, you'll see our number in the description below. And with that, thank you so much for watching. I hope this helps you out.